Let us consider the first example. The given difference equation is yx plus 1 minus 2yx equal to x plus 1. This difference equation should be written in the form e yx plus 1 is e of yx minus 2 into yx as it is and our RHS x plus 1 as it is. Now this implies e minus 2, keeping it in the bracket, y of x outside, that is equal to x plus 1. So here the right hand side function is a polynomial function of degree 1, that is b of x is a polynomial function of degree 1, therefore it comes under case number 1. Now it is a non-homogeneous difference equation of first order which is linear. Now the solution of this, so let us call it as equation number 1. The solution of this, the general solution is, what is the general solution? General solution is y of x equals to, I have explained you, the general solution is complementary function plus the particular integral. So there will be two parts in the general solution of the difference equation which is non-homogeneous. So this we have to take it as equation number 2. Now we have to do two jobs. The first job is to find CF. So how to find the CF? It is exactly same as we have proceeded in the case of homogeneous equations. So we have to write the auxiliary equations. So the auxiliary equation is, we have to write down the auxiliary equation. What is the auxiliary equation? In this bracket we have to replace E by R and everything as it is equal to 0. Only bracket we have to consider. We have to assume here that RHS is 0. That is, we have to imagine that the difference equation is now homogeneous. Therefore, we can write the auxiliary equation simply by looking at this bracket and equate it to 0. So it is r minus 2 equal to 0 and its root is r equal to 2, which is real. So when the root is real, it is very simple, it is single root, so the complementary function can be written very easily. Therefore, the complementary function is c1 into whatever root we got, that is 2 to the power the independent variable x. Independent variable is x, therefore it is c1 2 to the power x. That is the complementary function. Let us call it as equation number 3. So half of the problem is completed. We have computed the complementary function. Now the remaining half is most important. To find the particular integral, the second job we are performing, to find the particular integral, what is the procedure? The procedure is to write from 1, we have to look at equation number 1 and we have to write down the particular integral. From 1, particular integral is equal to, I have told you, keep this as it is and think that it is just like the particular integral. And whatever is there, you take it to this side, it becomes 1 divided by e minus 2. And this bracket is operated on whatever is there on right hand side, that is x plus 1. So what I have done, I have looked at equation number 1 and particular integral is equal to, taking this to other side, I have written everything as it is. It becomes 1 divided by e minus 2 and remaining x plus 1 as it is. Now we have to replace this e by 1 plus delta. Since we know that delta is equal to e minus 1, this important thing, delta is equal to e minus 1, it implies e is equal to 1 plus delta or delta plus 1. So let us substitute that over here. This implies, I am writing over here, particular integral is equal to 1 divided by, this is 1 plus delta in place of e minus 2 as it is, operated on x plus 1. So that is equal to 1 divided by 1 minus 2 becomes minus 1. So it is 1 minus 2 becomes minus 1 plus delta as it is, operated on x plus 1 keeping as it is. Now taking this minus sign outside, this is minus taken outside. In the bracket it will be 1 divided by 1 minus delta, and here this x plus 1 as it is. Simple thing I am doing here, I want to have 1 in the first position, therefore I am arranging the terms. What I have done, I have taken minus sign common, so I got plus 1 minus delta there. So now this is minus, I have to take this 1 minus delta to the numerator. 1 minus delta, if it comes to the numerator, it becomes whole to the power minus 1 into that bracket x plus 1 as it is. Now it is time to expand it by using the binomial theorem. We have to recall here one important thing. What is that? 1 minus x whole to the power minus 1. If we expand it by using binomial theorem, it is 1 plus x square plus x cube plus dot dot dot. So this is the binomial expansion. So by using that, it gives us minus into bracket 1 plus delta square plus dot 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 operated on the same RHS, that is x plus 1. Now we have to apply this onto the bracket x plus 1. So this is equal to minus into bracket 1 multiplied with x plus 1 is x plus 1 plus sign delta of x plus 1, let us write down delta of x plus 1 plus delta square of x plus 1 plus, even there will be delta cube term operated on x plus 1 plus so on, like that there will be the terms. So now we have to use one important thing over here, that difference of order greater than the degree of the polynomial function will all be zeros. So therefore delta square of x to the power 1 is 0, delta cube of x to the power 1 is 0. Therefore this term is simply, it is becoming 0, this term is also becoming 0, and all other terms after that will be becoming 0. Now the thing will be here. So what is that? Minus into bracket, this is x plus 1 as it is, plus if I apply delta onto x plus 1, what actually it is? So it is delta of x plus delta of 1, delta of 1. These two terms I am writing zeros, plus 0 dot dot dot, and all other things will be zeros after that. Now it is crucial to write the values of these two terms. So that is equal to minus sign outside, it is x plus 1 as it is, plus delta x plus 1, sorry, delta of x will be, all of you should recall at this moment, forward difference means the forward point, that is x plus h. H here is 1. In our discussion we have taken h as 1. Therefore in this case it is delta of x. If it is delta of x, it should be del x plus h minus x. So it is x plus h minus x. So therefore it is x plus 1 minus x. So after cancelling x and x, it is 1. So therefore delta x value is 1 plus delta of 1 is 1 minus 1. The forward point is 1 minus 1, it is 0. Therefore it is delta of a constant is always 0. All other terms after that are already zeros, so it is 0. Now it is x plus 1 plus 1, it is x plus 2 multiplied with minus sign. So we got the particular integral as minus of bracket x plus 2. So we got the particular integral here in equation number 4. In equation number 3 we are having the complementary function. In equation number 4 we are having the particular integral. Let us substitute these values into equation number 2. Then equation number 2 implies, I am writing here, then equation number 2 implies yx equal to CF. What is CF? C1 into 2 to the power x c1 into 2 to the power x, this is the complementary function which we have evaluated, minus, actually plus the particular integral. Particular integral is minus of bracket x plus 2. So it is minus of bracket x plus 2. So this is the required general solution of the given non-homogeneous difference equation. The previous example is an important example because it has asked in the examinations of 2017 and 2019. So please look at that example little bit carefully. Now let us consider the next example, which is again the non-homogeneous difference equation because right hand side is not equal to 0, and it is now a second order difference equation because the highest argument is x plus 2, the lowest argument is x, their difference is 2, therefore it is a second order non-homogeneous linear difference equation with constant coefficients. So in order to solve this, we have to follow the same procedure. First we have to write down the difference equation as e square of y. This yx plus 2 can be written as e square of yx. We know this very well. Yx plus 2 is e square of yx minus 4yx as it is, that is equal to 9x square. So let us call it as equation number 1. This is the given difference equation. Now this is non-homogeneous. It is non-homogeneous because the right hand side is non-zero. When it is non-homogeneous, the general solution is yx equals to cf plus pi. There will be two parts in the general solution of the non-homogeneous difference equation. So let us call it as equation number 2. In order to find cf, to find the complementary function, let us write the auxiliary equation. The auxiliary equation is simply by looking at this bracket, wherever e is there, replace it by r. So it is r square minus 4 equal to 0. That implies r square equal to 4. This implies r equal to plus or minus root 4, that is 2. So the roots are real and distinct. So there are two roots, one is plus 2 and another one is minus 2. So the two roots are real and distinct. So with these two roots, now we shall write down the required complementary function. Therefore, the complementary function is equal to c1 plus c1 into the first root, that is 2 to the power, what is the independent variable, x. c1 into r1 to the power x, c1 into the first root to the power x plus c2 into the second root, that is minus 2 to the power x. So this is the complementary function which we have computed in the equation number 3. Now we have to go for finding the particular integral. To find the particular integral, I will explain you about the alternative technique which I have mentioned you in the discussion on the theory. So let us assume the trial function. I am not proceeding as I have done in the previous example. In the previous example, I have taken particular integral is equal to 1 divided by this bracket operated onto this. I am not doing so here. I am considering the trial function in this case because I want to explain you another alternative technique of finding the particular integral when the right hand side function is a polynomial function. The polynomial function is of degree 2. Therefore, what should be the trial function? The trial function should be yx equals to a naught plus a1 into x plus a2 into x square. So this is the trial function. So having this thing in hand, it is better, a, b and c here. Instead of a naught, a1, a2, let us consider a, b, c as the trial function. Okay, so yx is equal to a plus bx plus cx square is the trial function which we are using here in this problem. Using this trial function in the given equation. What is the given equation? The given equation yx plus 2 minus 4yx becomes. So what happens to yx plus 2? Wherever in place of yx, wherever x is there, we have to replace it by x plus 2. So now this yx plus 2 minus 4yx equal to 9x square. This is the given difference equation. Now yx we have assumed like this. If this is yx, this implies yx plus 2. Of course, very simply we can write down. Wherever x is there, replace it by x plus 2, that's all. So it is a plus b into bracket x plus 2 plus c into bracket x plus 2 whole square, that is. So we got the value of the first term, we have the value of the second term here. So that implies, so I am writing here bracket a plus b into x plus 2 plus c into x plus 2 whole square. This is the value of yx plus 2 I have written here, minus 4 into yx. It is here, this trial function a plus bx plus cx square, and this is this term minus 4 into yx, and on RHS it is 9x square as it is. Now our duty here is to simplify this LHS, arrange the terms with power 2, that is x square with some coefficient, x with some coefficient, and then constant terms. Equate the similar terms, coefficient of similar terms on both sides, and get the values of a, b, c. That's all. So now let us proceed to simplify. This implies a as it is plus this is bx plus 2b plus, now this x plus 2 whole square, if we expand it, it becomes x square plus, it is a square plus 2ab plus b square. 2 into 2, 4 into x, it is 4x plus 2 square is 4. So this is the expansion. The expansion of x plus 2 whole square is this thing. Let us multiply c with that. So plus cx square plus 4 into c into x plus 4 into c. So this is the simplification of the first bracket. Minus, let us multiply this 4 within the bracket. It is 4a minus, 4a plus 4bx plus 4cx square equals to 9x square as it is on RHS. Now in the next step, let us collect all the constant terms. So the constant terms are a here, 2b here, and 4c here. So let us collect a plus 2b, a plus 2b plus 4c from the first bracket, minus 4a from the second bracket. These are the constant terms, keep them in the first bracket. Now the terms with x, let us correct the terms with x in the second bracket, keeping x outside. I will write x outside. So it is b here, these are the terms with x, b here, and it is 4cx, therefore it is plus 4c here. Now it is minus 4b here, minus 4b, this is another term with x. So these are the terms having x, therefore x has been written outside. And then the terms with x square I am writing at the end, plus bracket. So the terms with x square are here, that is c into x square, I will write x square outside, c, and here there is no other term, minus 4c, x square outside, and on RHS. Let us collect the term, let us write the term as it is right now, or otherwise it is better to write 0 plus 0 into x plus 9x square. I have arranged the right hand side also in the form of constant term plus some coefficient into x plus the given 9 into x square. So this is how I have arranged the terms. Now I can equate the terms in a simple way. So this bracket is equal to 0. Equating the coefficients. When I equate the coefficients of similar terms, this is actually 4a minus 4a, it is minus 3a plus 2b plus 4c equals to 0 on RHS. So the constant term here, it is this thing. It has been simplified. Minus 3a in place of minus 4a plus a I have written. So the constant term is 0. Now the coefficients of x on LHS and on RHS. On LHS it is 4c minus 4b plus b is minus 3b. So it is minus 3b plus 4c equals to, on RHS it is 0 because the coefficient of x is 0 there. So the second equation I got. And when I equate the coefficients of x square on both sides, so here it is minus 4c plus c is minus 3c on LHS, whereas on RHS it is 9. So these are the three equations I am having with three unknowns a, b, c. There are three equations and three unknowns. Very easily I can solve and I can get the values of a, b, c very easily. So from the third equation it is easy to get the value of c. C is equal to 9 by minus 3, therefore c is minus 3. Directly I got the value. C is minus 3. Now let us substitute that value here in this second equation. So if I substitute that value over here, this is 4 into minus 3 is minus 12. So it is minus 3b minus 12 equal to 0, and this implies when I transfer this 12 to that side, it becomes plus 12 divided by minus 3. So 12 divided by minus 3 is minus 4. So b value is minus 4 I can get from this expression. So I got the value of c, I got the value of b. Let us substitute those values of b and c here in this equation and let us see what happens. So this equation gives us, this equation implies minus 3a, it is the unknown as it is, plus 2 into the value of b I got it as minus 4, plus 4 into c value is here minus 3, so therefore it is minus 3 here, and on RHS I am having 0. So let us simplify the things. This implies minus 3a as it is. This is minus 2 4s are 8, minus as it is 2 into 4 8, minus as it is 4 into 3 it is 12, that is equal to 0. So it is minus 8 minus 12 is minus 20. If you transfer it to that side it becomes plus 20. So it is 20 divided by 3, it is the value of a with minus sign. So minus 3 comes here, therefore it is minus 20 by a. So I got the value of a as well. So let us substitute these values into the trial function. So therefore if I call this by some equation number 3 is over here. If I call it by equation number 4, therefore equation number 4 implies the particular integral. Trial function itself is the particular integral. Particular integral is equal to minus 20 by 3 plus b. A value is minus 20 by 3 plus b value is minus 4x plus c into x square. It is minus 3, the value of c is into x square. So this is the value of the particular integral which we have obtained here in equation number 5. So use equation 3 and equation 5 to get the required general solution. We have to substitute these here in this expression number 2 in order to get the required general solution. So this is how one can solve the given non-homogeneous difference equation when the right hand side function is a polynomial function. I have explained you both the methods, that is in the method 1 we have to write the particular integral is equal to 1 divided by the this entire function and evaluating the right hand side and getting the particular integral in the first example. Please look at that. And in the second example I have explained you another alternative technique, that is assuming the trial function. depending upon the power of the given polynomial function, and then evaluating the constants involved and substituting back into the trial function and getting the particular integral. So this is how one can find the particular integral when RHS function is a polynomial function. In fact, this is also an important example. This has asked in the examination of 2019 for 6 marks. So with this, I conclude to the first case, that is when the right hand side function is a polynomial function. Thank you.